Well, I literally recorded this entire video and the sound didn't work, so we're gonna do it again. Hi guys, it's Elizabeth, and I'm here today to talk about 20 creative things you can do that isn't art. Because I talk a lot about creativity and how to be creative, but I talk a lot about art because that's what I do. So I came up with a list of 20 different things that isn't art that maybe you could do. Okay, so diving right in. Number one is a colorful outfit, or if you're like my sister and allergic to color, an outfit that makes you feel good. Number two is painting your nails a fun or a different color than what you might usually do. Number three is playing with your makeup, like I'm doing today, or your hair. I'm wearing my favorite lipstick my sister got me, and this new like sparkly e.l.f. lip gloss, and it makes me really happy to do that. And if you're more masculine, maybe you do something like lining up your beard or start using beard oil or other sorts of things that you might do if you're not into makeup or nails. Number four is funky earrings, of which I am wearing today. These are little like Valentine's candy hearts since it's February, and I love kitschy earrings and they make me so happy. I recently bought like glue earrings, like glue bottle earrings and little paint palettes, so they make me feel really artsy and really creative. Going with that is number five, which is jewelry. But I put down jewelry that connects you. So like for me, this was my Mama Jo's ring. I love it because it reminds me of her and it's beautiful. It might be friendship bracelets that you made with your friends. Any sort of jewelry that connects you to other people or helps ground you, I think is a creative act. Number six is journaling or writing. And it may just be writing for you in your journal, or it may even be creating on Substack. You should also follow me on Substack. Number seven is dancing or listening to music, and it may just be like a little head bop. You're dancing, or it may be big dance moves, and it could be listening to new music that makes you feel creative or music you already really know and know that you love. Number eight goes with it is singing. Now, I'm not a good singer, but I love to sing and it makes me feel good. And the reason that singing makes us feel good is because when you sing, it activates the vagus nerve. So there's a fun little tidbit for you. Number nine is going for a walk or going for a hike. Now, your walk can be however long you want it to be. It can be a 5-minute walk around your neighborhood where you listen to music, or alternatively, don't bring your phone at all. Or it can be a hike to a beautiful place in your city. You get to choose because it's your creative act. Number 10 is mindfully drinking a cup of coffee or a cup of tea, especially if it's outside. So what I mean by mindfully drinking is not like drinking and watching the news or playing on your phone. Really like paying attention to how the mug feels in your hand, paying attention to the taste, paying attention to the warmth. It might be sitting outside and thinking about your day or thinking about what you're grateful for. Number 11 is play. Now, I know from reading Brené Brown's work that play is essential even for adults. But once we grow up, it's like, how do you play? Like, it's not the same. So it could be maybe you have a child and your child asks you to play and you decide, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to play with you. Or maybe you have a dog that you play fetch with, or you have a cat and you have one of those laser toys. It can be as simple as that, or it can be putting on music and dancing while you're cooking dinner. There are so many ways to play, and you just have to find what works for you. So number 12 is doing yoga. I love doing yoga. It helps me slow down. I love listening to music while I do yoga, and I love doing yoga outside. And now you'll probably notice as I'm talking, I'm saying that I combine several of these things. And I actually feel the most creative when I have 2 or 3 things of these creative things going on at one time. Like doing yoga outside while listening to music is just sublime. Okay, number 13, being in community. especially in person. This could be as simple as going to church or whatever your religion is and gathering with them. It could be being involved in advocacy groups. It could be just having your friends over for dinner and a movie. Going along with that is having conversations. So having conversations about all these creative things would be like super creative and a little bit meta actually. And just having a conversation in general, just not texting, but calling a friend or FaceTiming a friend and having that connection and talking about your lives. Number 15, creative problem solving. So you may think that you're in a job that isn't very creative, but even people like office managers, they have to get creative with like, okay, who are we scheduling at this time? And we have meetings at this time, but we need to make sure that everybody blah, 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 blah. That is creative problem solving. And chances are, if you have any sort of job, if you're a mom or you work at a hospital or wherever, you probably have to do some creative problem solving. And that, my friends, is creativity. Cooking. So you might find that cooking or even trying a new recipe can be very creative. Sometimes trying new recipes, I get nervous because I'm like, what if I don't like it? But when a new recipe turns out really good, I have a lot of pride in it and I'm excited and it makes me feel creative. Number 17 is not as accessible, but going out and seeing a performance. Like maybe you go see a play in your town or a musical or an art show or an exhibition, or maybe you go to a festival. Sometimes these things do cost money, but generally there are free options. I know there are in my city. Number 18, intentionally slowing down. I was talking about this earlier with the yoga and what else? Oh, and the coffee, intentionally slowing down. So I'm a person where my brain is like this all the time, you know, and sometimes my body movements can be like that too. So I'm like, okay, well, let's walk slower. Let's take time. Let's slow down. Like imagine yourself in slow-mo or even like the Baywatch slow-mo. Just slowing down and taking more time. And then the very act of you actively thinking about slowing down and then doing it, that's creative. Slowing down. Okay, number 19. Consciously and what's the word I'm looking for? Being picky about the content that you consume. So I mentioned having friends over, like for a movie night earlier, or maybe you go out and you get dressed and you go to the movie theater. Or maybe you pick a TV show that is coming out every week and you're like, okay, so we're gonna eat dinner and then we're all gonna sit down and watch it. That is creatively consuming content. And number 20, last but not least, is actually creating the content. So me making this YouTube video is creative. Me starting a newsletter on Substack is creative. There are ways to create content that feels authentic and feels true to you. I don't find that pandering to an algorithm is super creative unless you can spin it and make it your own. But anyway, these were my 20 acts of creativity that are not art that maybe you can try. You can also save this video and come back to it later if you want to try these out. And if you have any more ideas on creative acts that aren't art, please mention them below. And thank you for watching, and I hope you find a way to be creative today. Okay, bye.